Amphibia is a show with a simple premise, but it takes time to make all the characters fleshed out. Some of the best characters, although having limited screen time, are Anne's friends. Each one of the BFFs are amazing characters, but the one who is talked about least, in my opinion, is Sasha Waybright. Although she seems like a quite basic character, her arc and how that relates to the world of Amphibia is so interesting to explore. Sasha Waybright was introduced in the middle of season 1, and when we first meet her, she has the energy of a protagonist. We are rooting as her as she is stuck in Grimes' prison and are told that she's a good person. But as we see, that's far from the case. Amphibia, as in the Frog World, hyperbolizes characters. In a thriller, for example, characters are forced to make hard decisions due to external and internal pressure, and it's the same in Amphibia. The characters are in a hostile world and need to adapt to survive. To do that, Anne, Sasha, and Marcy become a more extreme version of their self. For Sasha, before she entered Amphibia, she was the team leader, the one who would get her friends to do stuff. And when she entered Amphibia, she became more than just a leader, but like a fascist dictator. She became manipulative to the people that loved her. On the Disney Channel YouTube, and I believe on just Disney Channel itself, they posted the theme song tape over for Sasha, and inside it, she gets her own castle and gets t-shirts made of her from the Toads. Fascism is a cult of personality, and through manipulation, Sasha turns the Toads into fascists. She manages to turn her captors into worshippers who obey whatever she says. So when word comes of another human living in Amphibia, Sasha takes the whole Toad army to attack the town with no questions asked. The Toads think the word of Sasha is sacred and can't imagine it being wrong. So when Sasha reunites with Anne, and Anne doesn't worship her or even want to be friends with her, Sasha is furious. Anne had been stuck under Sasha's manipulation in the human world for so long, but after receiving nothing but kindness with the planters in Mortwood, she can't go back to living under Sasha where she feels crushed and not heard. But what is interesting is that Sasha is the one who mainly feels betrayed. Sasha and Anne fight, the birds attack, but when Sasha is about to fall to her death, Anne saves her, but because Sasha can't manipulate Anne any longer, she feels stabbed in the back, not Anne. After the season finale, the Toad army is left in ruins. All that remained was Grime and 2 or 3 other Toads. They go into hiding and get hunted down. But still, Sasha doesn't care about the few loyal Toads that remain. That is perfectly seen in the Warhammer episode. Sasha and Grime want to overthrow the utopian government, but they don't have the soldiers to do it. They go looking for allies with Grime's sister, but to lead them, Sasha must claim the Warhammer. They go on a dangerous quest, but although they only have 2 soldiers left, those 2 soldiers get mistreated, and at the end of the episode, Sasha may have the Warhammer, but she lost the last of her soldiers. And at this point, I have to assume that Sasha is starting to reconsider things. Her best friend abandoned her, all of her soldiers left, in the pursuit of power. She left everyone that ever helped her behind in the dust. Sasha may now have a new, bigger, stronger army under her command, but every one of Sasha's friends, besides maybe Grime, had left her. But she puts all those thoughts aside. As to begin the utopian invasion, she needs to meet up with some old friends and manipulate them once more. Sasha and Grime pretend to be good, and they trick Anne and Marcy. Sasha regains the trust of Anne, but as soon as they enter the gates of Utopia and come face to face with King Andreas, Sasha betrays her friends once more. Sasha quickly gains control of Utopia, but she has completely lost Anne's trust, possibly for good, it seems like. Sasha wants her friends to rule alongside her, but the friends just won't do it. Being a leader was what Sasha always wanted, but she kept hurting people along the way in Amphibia, physically, and in the human world, mentally, emotionally. And when Sasha finds a mural of Andreas conquering the land with Calamity Box, Anne won't believe Sasha because she has been lied to, betrayed so many times. By betraying Anne's trust, Sasha was helpless to prevent Andreas' scheme. And when Andreas takes over, Sasha is at her lowest point. Her best friends don't trust her and are scattered to the wind. Her armies have left her, and she is on the run. The realization that her fascist regime didn't work sank in on her, and she finally decided to start trying to be a good leader. When the robots attacked Wartwood, instead of running away, Sasha, like what she would normally do, she stood up and fought, saving everyone in Wartwood from imprisonment or death. She went on to lead the rebellion and was the leader of the Wartwood resistance for a while, taking inspiration from Anne's kindness and generosity until, of course, Anne comes back from the human world. And this second half of season 3 was when we really see and in the human world mentally, emotionally. And when Sasha finds a mural of Andreas conquering the land with Calamity Box, Anne won't believe Sasha because she has been lied to, betrayed so many times. By betraying Anne's trust, Sasha was helpless to prevent Andreas' scheme. And when Andreas takes over, Sasha is at her lowest point. Her best friends don't trust her and are scattered to the wind. Her armies have left her, and she is on the run. The realization that her fascist regime didn't work sank in on her, and she finally decided to start trying to be a good leader. When the robots attacked Wartwood, instead of running away, Sasha, like what she would normally do, she stood up and fought, saving everyone in Wartwood from imprisonment or death. She went on to lead the rebellion and was the leader of the Wartwood resistance for a while, taking inspiration from Anne's kindness and generosity until, of course, Anne comes back from the human world. And this second half of season 3 was when we really see when she's the one who is the best in role. She comes to an agreement with Anne where they will be co-leaders of the Wartwood Resistance, as I like to call it, and we can really see the growth of Sasha here. For the rest of season 3, Sasha stays pretty stagnant as a leader. She gets the power of one of the gems from the Calamity Box, trusted Marcy again, but she stayed pretty stagnant. Finally, though, in the epilogue, we get the final bit of development for Sasha Waybright. We find out that after returning from Amphibia, the BFFs grew apart, as often happens when you grow up and go into high school. As an adult, Sasha becomes a student counselor, and I think that is just brilliant. The development of Sasha throughout the 3 seasons of Amphibia, amazing. She started out posing as this kind group leader until her true colors as a fascist dictator came out. Although her people worship her, she mistreats them, and after time, everyone who have ever loved her abandons her because they can't deal with her anymore. She continues to aim for power while walking on top of everyone who had ever helped her. Sasha's friends got fed up with Sasha's tricks and lies. When it was most important, they didn't trust her. Due to Sasha's betrayals, her empire fell and the world succumbed to darkness. She finally realized the error in her ways and grew into a leader position naturally by helping others instead of bullying them and pushing them down. Sasha felt guilt for all the pain she caused and tried to back down out of power when she had the chance, but had grown into such a good leader that everyone wanted her to stay. By supporting those around her, Sasha managed to right all the wrongs she made and free the land of Amphibia. And when she grew up, instead of being the cold, manipulative, evil person who once ruled the Toads, she is now a counselor guiding the next generation to greatness. Sasha is an amazing redemption story. Her path to evil is just as interesting as her path to redemption, and seeing her grow out of the petty, backstabbing girl we knew was just amazing. It's an amazing journey to watch. Anyways, though, that's all I have to say. What do you think of Sasha's character? And this style of video is new, so let me know what you think about it in the comments below, because I'd like to do it more, but any critiques, let me know. For today's trivia, if you know who these 2 toads from Season 2 are called, let me know. Although Sasha's story was amazing in Season 3, for the most part, Amphibia Season 3, it was a mess. And if you want to see what went wrong, click on this video. Subscribe for more videos coming in Amphibia, Gravity Falls, and the Owl House, and so much more. Once again, thanks for watching. I have been Fictional Fanatics dressed up as Sasha, and until the next one, bye!